To be with you today. Now, Defend Our Democracy says it's important to eradicate corruption in the country, this as a matter of urgency. It further says corruption goes beyond state capture and was in fact inherited from the apartheid regime. The organization is wrapping up a two-day conference where participants are discussing threats to democracy.
Remember, we found a rotten apartheid system. Firstly, we had to renew that and transform it. And in the process of doing that, 2 years after I'd arrived, and it's in my book, I wrote to President Mandela and said, the old is corrupting the new. If you want to protect yourself as a corrupt person, you corrupt the others around you. And I said we needed to stop it. So corruption didn't start now with state capture. What state capture has done is to neutralize state entities, especially intelligence, police, and capture. The prosecution authority wanted to capture the judges and the parliament. That would actually end up with an Italian mafia type of government, and that's what we needed to stop. So it has grown over time, but with state capture, they just specialized the system.
Well, staying on the story, former Deputy Finance Minister Mcebisi Jonas is calling for changes to the political system. He says this is the only way to fight corruption. Jonas says the electoral system must be made more inclusive.
The crisis is the political system. As long as we look at individuals and think that we have messiahs who can solve the problem, we're still going to be stuck where we are. That is why I think the conversation is about how do you transform the political system. Our view, and most participants in this conference, is that change the electoral system, increase political participation of citizenry. Public education is going to be a critical factor. Civic education is going to be a critical factor. But I think all of these things, think about it, in Klip Town, in 1955, you started out with a number of people, of course, through a process, arriving at most of the people here come from different constituencies. But then it created a momentum around which people started selling new ideas about where to go. So I think you're seeing an interesting process starting in South Africa, and this is probably a historic conference in that sense, because we're kind of starting to have people who are coming from all corners of South Africa saying we are concerned.